Its
Did
fossils
it say
were discovered
Spinosaurus?
in 1912, but they were destroyed during World War II. When the museum they were in was hit during a bombing raid. It wasn't until the 1990s when Spinosaurus's fossils were rediscovered. In fact, we've learned more about the Spinosaurus in the last 20 years than we have in the last century. We now know that Spinosaurus was a massive predator that lived in and out of the water in marshy waterways of what we now know to be northern Africa, preying on fish the size of
Only
a car.
because we're going very slow.
Hey,
You got to put it back on before
is
we
this
get.
a secure line?
Sure, I think. I just turned off the mic. Yeah, they definitely can't hear us now. What's up?
I just noticed that the T-Rexes aren't in their areas. Do you know if they've been moved to another location?
I know.
I haven't heard anything about moving them anywhere. They should both be there. I can check in with Nick and Marty to see if they know anything about this.
That would be great. I'll organize a search. We need to find them soon, but we cannot get our guests worried. Let's keep this on the down low.
Roger that.
We're moving through time again, folks. Welcome to the late Cretaceous. The Spinosaurus we just saw spent a lot of time in and around water, and that's where we're going. Welcome to the Western Interior Seaway. That's a shallow sea that stretched from the Gulf of Mexico to the Arctic Ocean during the Cretaceous period. The Great Plains of what is now the United States and Canada used to be underwater. Lots of marine fossils found in places like
Whoa, look at that turtle.
the first creature here.
You see the turtle?
The Elastosaurus. It's a relatively cool plesiosaurus, but much bigger. Second is Arco, the biggest sea turtle known to exist. It had a leathery shell called a carapace. Just like sea turtles today, it probably laid eggs on land. The huge, fearsome creature is Tylosaurus. A relative of Mosasaurus, its name means the knob lizard because of a bony protruding
I like that one.
end of its snout that might have been used to ram into its prey. Tylosaurus
Wow, that's
is
a big
member of the
fish.
That's a big
Squamata
fish.
That's the group of reptiles that includes lizards and snakes. They had 4 tongues for tasting scents in the water. They even had a row of teeth in the back of their mouths for holding onto prey in the water. And that scary fish that you see that looks like a cross between a piranha and a tuna is Xiphactinus. Xiphactinus was a voracious predator that lived in the oceans all over the world. It could reach lengths of up to
Look at the
20
tail go. Look at this tail swim.
If you have
It's
any other
swimming.
questions about these creatures or anything else you see on the tour, feel free to text Park Ranger Marty at 844-411. That's 844-346-6411. Also, while doing so, be sure to stay inside your vehicles for the duration of the tour. With all of these aquatic creatures, the last thing you want to do is get your phone.
Hey Marty, it's Dustin. I have a weird question here, and don't freak out, but have you seen the T-Rexes?
Well, they were in the enclosure an hour ago when I went in to feed them. Are they not still there? We have a tour heading that way right now.
Okay, sorry, I hate to ask you this, but you didn't happen to turn off the invisible fence, did you?
Don't be silly, Dustin. How else was I supposed to get in there?
Marty, the fence only shocks dinosaurs that are chipped. You don't need to turn it off to walk in.
Oh. Well, I guess I learn new things every day.
This is serious, Marty. I need to call the security team right now to get those T-Rexes back before the tour gets to them. Or they get to the tour.
I'm sorry, Dustin. I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
You never do, Marty. You never do.
Kind of makes you wonder what kids are thinking in their head when they hear that radio.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Asia in late Cretaceous period. Here we have 3 kinds of dinosaurs from Mongolia, starting with Velociraptor.
All right, we will put it on hold till we get closer.
Yeah, it's really amazing that they have so much information, like, you know, 4 taste sensors or whatever in
Yeah.
the tongue and stuff. Like, wow.
Like, how'd you figure that out?
Yeah.
It's hard to figure that stuff out without actually seeing, like, tissue, you know?
Yeah, I think they probably what they do is they extrapolate a little bit on reptiles we have today. They,
Probably.
You know, and then they see certain skull structures or something. But yeah, I mean, it's just like knowing which dinosaurs have feathers and which didn't and stuff.
Oh,
Despite what
We
you
got
may have seen in
Velociraptor.
movies,
Can you say Velociraptor?
is not 6 feet tall, but actually about 3 feet tall, 6 feet long,
look at the
and about 20 to
babies!
30
Little
pounds.
ones.
Just think of an extra scary turkey.
And they're all
We also know that at least one
furry
Velociraptor
with
attacked
feathers.
the Protoceratops, the next dinosaur in this scene. This is thanks to the fossil of a Velociraptor and Protoceratops found, who died still locked in combat. The Protoceratops broke the Velociraptor's arm with its powerful beak, moments before they were both buried in sand by a landslide. The other dinosaur in the scene, Oviraptor, has an unfortunate name, meaning egg thief. When this dinosaur was discovered, it was found over a nest of eggs thought to belong to Protoceratops. After later research, scientists realized it was sitting on a nest of its own eggs. But the name stuck and is still debated if Oviraptor actually ate eggs. Here at Jurassic Quest, ours take theirs sunny side up every morning for breakfast.
Yet another dinosaur from Mongolia is the large...
Alright, we're gonna wait till we get a little closer to the next one.
Okay.
Because we already talked about the Oviraptor, and he's up here instead of back here.
Here's the Triceratops in the fight.
Yeah, it is a Triceratops.
You guys ever see that cartoon? Was it called The Land of Tomorrowland or something? Where these animals are all like dinosaurs and they're trying to run from the volcanoes.
Therizinosaurus,
Yeah,
you see
once upon a
here, with
time or
something like that.
The claws on its
Yeah,
hands
it's-
could grow
I
up
recognize
to
some of the
3 feet long,
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
making them the longest claws in the animal kingdom. Most of what we know about Therizinosaurus comes from animals closely related to it. The only fossils we have of this animal are its shoulders, arms, and hands. It is believed to be an
Look at those
herbivore, but
claws.
we are still looking for more fossils to know for sure. The dinosaur next to it is a
Yeah.
Lorotitan, lived in what is now eastern Russia. It's in a special group of duck-billed dinosaurs called Lambeosaurs, which are famous for the elaborate crests
say
on their
Orotitans?
heads. These crests would have certainly served as display structures, but may also
That
have
one
been
looks
used
like
in
he's
some
wearing a helmet.
Lambeosaurs as resonating
Yeah.
chambers.
We
to
should
make
call him
sounds
Juggernaut.
used to communicate effectively through the herd. Speaking of communication, I've been directed to ask you all to keep an eye out for any free-roaming dinosaurs that may or may not be wandering around the park.
Hi, Park Ranger Marty here. Hope you're not mad at me
Too
about
bad they didn't have some mobile ones that could run
accidentally
around.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Pretty wild.
in this scene you see Shianchusaurus. Shianchusaurus
Or like
is
wearing
from
costumes.
China
Yeah, or
and is
something,
closely
yeah.
related to Alioramus from Mongolia. Both have awfully long, narrow noses from members
Look
of
at
the
that one.
Tyrannosaur family.
Yeah,
We're
when I
not sure
first
what
saw
those
that movie
noses may have
Jurassic
been
Park,
used
I was
for.
impressed.
Maybe to cut
Yeah.
through water, making them faster, more
In my
efficient.
hometown, the line was like, there must have been about 50, 100 people in line for that movie.
Speaking of which, if you see one of them, please let one of our 4 security officers know. Now, scientists only described this dinosaur in 2014, so there are still a lot of unanswered questions about it. But I can tell you this much. In the United States, we do not typically refer to this dinosaur as Shianchusaurus. We typically just call it Pinocchio Rex.
Now we travel to Argentina. The big animal you see in this scene is Giganotosaurus.
Oh, can you get jiggy with it?
Largest meat-eating
Get jiggy.
Jiggy!
dinosaur. It may look like
Giganotosaurus!
it's actually a much different animal. Unlike a T-Rex, it has 3 claws on each
Look at it. I got you,
and
baby.
teeth that were designed for slicing. Unlike a T-Rex, which were meant for crushing through bones. And ripping hearts out. Speaking of which, if you see one of our missing T-Rexes, please let one of our 3 security guards know where. And second largest in this scene is... horns on its head.
Look at those horns.
It might
like
have
those.
used its horns as a
Yeah.
weapon against
Look at tiny little arms.
He did it.
It's
Hey,
a
look at the
funny-looking
arms.
dinosaur. Not just because of the horns, but because of its tiny little arms. Carnotaurus has one of the
Look, it's
smallest
a birdie.
arms of any known dinosaur. Even smaller than the T-Rex. The small dinosaur you see in this scene is Albertosaurus.
I hope it's still recording because the camera back is off.
Yeah.
In Argentina
Okay.
during the late Cretaceous period. It's believed to have eaten insects.
Please pause your audio tour until your dinosaur herd migrates on up to the next scene. Welcome.
Go there. Go.
Go.
I drove.
What? You don't want to see the T-Rexes?
Yeah.
We're going.
They'll come around soon enough.
Yeah. Dad.
They're roaming. You gotta wait for them. Alright, I think you can start.
Oh, and that.
Duck-billed dinosaur. The dinosaur with the long crest on the back of its head is called Parasaurolophus.
Parasaurolophus.
Is a hadrosaur, a family of dinosaurs sometimes
Yeah.
called duck-billed dinosaurs because of the shape of their snouts. Other hadrosaurs include Iguanodon, Tyrannosaurus, Aloratitan, and Admonosaurus, among many others. Parasaurolophus is a cool dinosaur because it's one of the few dinosaurs where we know what they might have sounded like. Paleontologists discovered that by looking at the crest.
That one's moving.
What they found were tubes inside going back and forth between the nasal passage and the throat. When they
Look, there's a baby.
recreated blowing air through their tubes, they discovered that the crest would have made a horn sound. The new script here just says make horn sounds. No, guys, I'm not gonna do that.
Sarah.
Dad, too.
By the way, hadrosaurs are prey animals.
Dad.
Their sound might have attracted large predators. If our missing T-Rexes hear that sound coming from one of your cars, they might be following the tour back in the direction of their cage. So perhaps we should move
Go,
on.
Dad.
Yeah.
Dad.
Quetzalcoatlus is the largest flying animal.
Quetzalcoatlus. Look at that. He's a big flying bird.
What's now Texas because everything is bigger in Texas. It's named after the Quetzalcoatl, the Aztec feather serpent deity.
Cool, isn't it?
Of 36 feet.
Whoa, look at
It's the
him.
same as a small
You see
plane.
that one?
Standing like it is here, it was the height of a giraffe.
Go,
But would weigh less than 600 pounds.
Go, Dad.
That's a lot. But it's incredible.
Well, I
Like,
can't go
for
too
animal
fast. I got
size,
people in
these
front of
things
me.
doing everything possible to be as light as possible, including having very
Trying to get away from the dinosaurs.
This is
I
necessary
know.
for it to achieve flight. Quetzalcoatlus was actually not a dinosaur, but a pterosaur. Pterosaurs are a family of flying reptiles that lived at the same time as dinosaurs. Like many, but not all pterosaurs, Quetzalcoatlus had no teeth, unlike our missing T-Rexes who have very large teeth. Now, if you have any other questions about the creatures you see, go ahead and text that question.
Kinda cool, huh?
844
Wow.
That's some big wings.
346-6411.
The big carnivore in here is Albertosaurus.
He's got horns
Albertosaurus
too.
is a close relative of T-Rex, roughly half the size of a fully grown T-Rex.
I know, I see it.